The wait is finally over. After years of silence, broken promises, and endless speculation, the ranch that started it all is about to take center stage. The Four Sixes isn't just coming to your screen, it's bringing something we've never seen before in the Yellowstone universe. And trust me, what they're about to show you will change everything you thought you knew about Taylor Sheridan's vision. The trailer just dropped, and I need to talk about what we just witnessed. Let's get one thing straight right now. When that trailer opened with the sweeping aerial shots of the actual Four Sixes ranch in Texas, my jaw hit the floor. This isn't some Hollywood backlit pretending to be a cattle ranch. This is 6,000 acres of genuine American heritage, and you can feel it in every single frame. The authenticity just radiates off the screen in a way that even Yellowstone couldn't quite capture. Taylor Sheridan finally got his chance to do what he's been talking about for years. Tell the story of a real working ranch with real cowboys doing real work. And from what we're seeing in this trailer, he's not holding anything back. The first thing that strikes you is the scale. We thought the Dutton Ranch was massive, right? Well, the Four Sixes makes it look like a petting zoo. We're talking about one of the largest and most historic ranches in America, a place that's been operating since the 1800s. The trailer doesn't just show you pretty landscapes. It shows you the machinery, the cattle operations, the genuine day-to-day grind of keeping a legacy alive. There's dirt under fingernails here. There's sweat and blood, and the kind of exhaustion that comes from working sunup to sundown. This is blue-collar America at its finest, and Sheridan is making damn sure we understand that from frame one. Now, let's talk about what everyone's been dying to know. Is Jimmy Herdstrom back? The answer is yes, and he's not the same kid we saw fumbling around the Yellowstone ranch anymore. Jefferson White appears in the trailer, looking weathered, confident, almost unrecognizable from the greenhorn who couldn't stay on a horse for more than 5 seconds. The Four Sixes changed him. You can see it in his posture, in the way he handles a rope, in the way he looks other cowboys in the eye. This isn't character development. This is complete transformation. And the trailer hints that his journey is far from over. There's a moment where he's standing in front of a barn at sunrise, and you can see the weight of responsibility on his shoulders. Whatever role he's playing in this story, it's serious, it's earned, and it's going to break our hearts in the best possible way. But here's where things get really interesting. The trailer introduces us to faces we've never seen before, and these aren't just background characters filling out crowd scenes. These are fully realized people with stories that look just as compelling as anything we saw in Yellowstone. There's an older cowboy, probably in his 60s, with a face that's seen everything. He delivers a line in the trailer that sent chills down my spine. He says something about how the land doesn't care about your plans, your dreams, or your legacy. It only cares if you can survive another day. That's the thesis statement right there. This show isn't going to be about family drama and power plays like Yellowstone was. This is about survival. This is about what it actually takes to maintain a way of life that's disappearing from America. Then there's the woman. And no, I'm not talking about Teeter, though I'll get to her in a second. There's a new female character who appears to be running operations on the ground level. She's got authority, she's got presence, and she's not taking any garbage from anyone. In one shot, she's literally staring down a cowboy twice her size, and you can tell he's the one who's intimidated. We don't know her backstory yet, but the trailer makes it clear she's earned every ounce of respect she commands. This is the kind of female character we need more of, not just strong for the sake of being strong, but strong because the work demanded it and she rose to the challenge. And yes, Teeter is back. Jennifer Landon's character was always a fan favorite, and seeing her in the Four Sixes environment is like watching a fish finally get thrown into the ocean. She belongs here. The trailer shows her working cattle, joking with the other hands, and there's this one moment where she's helping birth a calf in the middle of the night. It's raw, it's real, and it's the kind of scene that reminds you why we fell in love with this universe in the first place. These shows work best when they're showing us authentic human moments, not just manufactured drama. And from what this trailer is showing us, Four Sixes understands that better than any of the other spin-offs. The cinematography deserves its own conversation because what we're seeing here is on another level entirely. The Yellowstone franchise has always been beautiful to look at, but this trailer takes it somewhere else. There are shots of horses running through fields at golden hour that look like they belong in a museum. There are close-ups of weathered hands gripping leather reins that tell entire stories without a single word of dialogue. And then there are these wide, sweeping shots of the Texas landscape that make you understand why people have fought and died for this land. It's not just pretty, it's primal, it's spiritual. And the trailer uses every frame to make you feel that connection. But let's not pretend this is all going to be sunshine and cattle drives. The trailer makes it very clear that conflict is coming, and it's not going to be subtle. There are hints of financial trouble, of modern development threatening traditional ways of life, of younger generations questioning whether this lifestyle is even worth preserving. There's a confrontation scene in what looks like a bank or a lawyer's office, and you can see the tension in every face around that table. Someone says something about the ranch being worth more dead than alive, and you know exactly what that means. Developers, investors, people who see 6,000 acres of prime Texas real estate and start calculating profit margins instead of respecting legacy. There's also what appears to be a natural disaster sequence. We see storm clouds rolling in, cattle panicking, cowboys scrambling to secure equipment and animals. One shot shows a barn that's been completely destroyed, timber scattered everywhere, and in the middle of it all stands a cowboy just staring at the wreckage. No words, no music, just the sound of wind and the crushing weight of loss. That's the kind of storytelling that hits different. That's when you realize this show isn't playing games. When nature decides to remind you who's really in charge, all your plans and all your legacy mean absolutely nothing. What really sets this trailer apart from every other Yellowstone spinoff is the sense of authenticity that bleeds through every single moment. Taylor Sheridan has been talking for years about how the 4/6s required special care, how it couldn't just be another television production, and now we're finally seeing what he meant. This isn't actors pretending to be cowboys. These are real ranch hands working alongside professional actors, and you can't tell the difference. That's intentional. That's the whole point. Sheridan wanted to blur the line between fiction and reality so completely that we stop thinking about it as a show and start experiencing it as a window into a world most of us will never actually touch. The trailer also gives us glimpses of the ranch's actual history, and this is where things get genuinely fascinating. There are these brief flashes of old photographs, newspaper clippings, documents that look like they're from the 1800s. We're not just getting a contemporary story here. We're getting layers of history, generations of families who lived and died on this land, who built something that lasted longer than most countries. One shot shows what appears to be a museum or archive room filled with artifacts, and a character's voiceover talks about how every scar on this land tells a story. Every fence post represents someone's sweat. Every building stands because someone refused to quit. This is legacy storytelling at its finest, and it's exactly what the Yellowstone universe needed to stay fresh and relevant. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Where does this fit in the timeline? The trailer is deliberately vague about this, but there are clues if you're paying attention. We see Jimmy, and we know from Yellowstone that he went to the 4/6s during season 4. Teeter followed later. But there are also references to events that seem to take place after the Yellowstone finale. Someone mentions the Dutton name in a way that suggests distance, like they're talking about something that happened in the past. Another character says something about Montana ranches falling apart, which could be a direct reference to what happened with the Yellowstone Ranch at the end of the series. If that's true, then 4/6s isn't just a spinoff. It's a continuation. It's showing us what happens after the empire falls, after the drama ends, when the dust settles and real people have to figure out how to keep living and working. The music in this trailer is absolutely perfect. There's no pop country nonsense trying to appeal to mainstream audiences. This is authentic Western instrumentation mixed with these deep, brooding electronic undertones that create this sense of unease. It's beautiful and unsettling at the same time, which perfectly captures the tone of what we're about to watch. During the quieter moments, we hear acoustic guitar that sounds like it was recorded in someone's barn. During the intense sequences, the music swells into something almost orchestral, giving weight to moments that might seem simple on the surface, but carry enormous emotional significance. There's a scene in the trailer that I cannot stop thinking about. It's maybe 5 seconds long, but it encapsulates everything this show appears to be about. An older cowboy is teaching a younger one how to fix a saddle. That's it. That's the whole scene. But the way it's shot, the way the light filters through the barn, the way the older man's hands guide the younger man's hands, showing him not just the technique, but the respect and care that goes into the work, it's breathtaking. This is generational knowledge being passed down. This is tradition surviving in a world that's increasingly hostile to it. And the trailer makes you understand that these small, quiet moments are just as important as any dramatic confrontation or plot twist. But don't worry, there's plenty of drama too. The trailer teases what appears to be a major conflict between traditional ranching methods and modern efficiency demands. There's a heated discussion where someone argues they need to modernize, use more technology, cut costs, maximize profits. And an older character fires back that the moment they start thinking like businessmen instead of ranchers, they've already lost. This is going to be a central tension throughout the series, and it's a conflict that's playing out on real ranches across America right now. How do you preserve tradition in a world that demands constant growth and profit? How do you honor the past while ensuring there's a future? These aren't easy questions, and the trailer suggests the show won't be offering easy answers. We also get hints of personal storylines that look absolutely devastating. There's a moment where Jimmy is sitting alone in the dark, and you can see he's struggling with something. The weight of expectation, maybe. The fear of failure. The realization that he's responsible for something bigger than himself. Jefferson White has always been incredible at showing vulnerability, and this trailer promises that we're going to see him pushed to absolute breaking points. There's another shot of him getting bucked off a horse violently, hitting the ground hard, and for a second you genuinely worry whether he's going to get back up. But he does. He always does. That's who Jimmy Herdstrom is, and that's why we've been rooting for him since the beginning. The supporting cast looks phenomenal based on what little we see. There's a group scene around a campfire where 5 or 6 cowboys are sharing a meal, and even without dialogue, you can feel the camaraderie. These are people who trust each other with their lives every single day. They don't need to say it. You can see it in how they interact, how they pass food, how they make room for each other. This is family, not in the biological sense, but in the truest sense of the word. They've chosen each other. They've earned each other's respect. And when conflict comes, and the trailer makes it clear that conflict is definitely coming, they're going to stand together. There's also what appears to be a romantic subplot, though the trailer keeps it deliberately ambiguous. We see Jimmy with a woman, but we can't tell if this is a new relationship or perhaps someone from his past. There's tenderness in how they look at each other, but also distance, like there's history and hurt that hasn't been fully resolved. One shot shows them standing on opposite sides of a corral, watching the sunset, but not together. That physical distance speaks volumes. Whatever their story is, it's complicated, and I'm here for every messy, heartbreaking moment of it. The final 30 seconds of the trailer are pure adrenaline. We get rapid cuts of action, cattle stampeding, horses running full speed, a vehicle flipping over, someone falling from a height, fire consuming a structure, men shouting and scrambling. And then it all goes silent. We cut to a single shot of the 4-6 sign, weathered and iconic, standing against a blood-red sky. A voiceover says something about how some things are worth fighting for, even when you know you might lose. Especially when you know you might lose. And then the title card appears. 6666. Not for sixes spelled out, but the actual numbers. It's a bold choice, and it perfectly captures the show's commitment to authenticity over accessibility. What this trailer proves beyond any doubt is that Taylor Sheridan hasn't lost his touch. If anything, he's sharper than ever. He's taken everything he learned from Yellowstone's 5 seasons, all the feedback and criticism and praise, and he's distilled it into something that feels both familiar and completely fresh. This isn't just another spinoff trying to capitalize on a successful brand. This is a story that demanded to be told, and we're finally going to get to experience it. The wait has been frustrating, the delays have been maddening, but if the final product delivers on what this trailer is promising, it'll all have been worth it. This is going to be special. This is going to be the show that defines the next chapter of the Yellowstone universe. And based on what we just saw, that future is in very good hands.